Hello and welcome to this Akemi webinar today with the topic outdoor cleaning. My name is Otello Pirodi. I'm application engineer at Akemi. Some of you might remember me or my name maybe from the last webinars. I was the guy in the back answering your questions or asking them directly to Johannes, And yes, and today I have the honor, or I'm honored actually, to present you this topic, this very interesting topic, which is outdoor cleaning. And yes, in the back we have Andreas Schiller, who is our application engineer. He will answer your questions. So if you have questions, just type them in the chat. And yes, otherwise he will send some in to me. He will ask me some questions you have written in the chat, and then I will answer them live, so to say. Yes, outdoor cleaning is the topic. So it's actually here in Germany, especially, we have getting warmer. We are getting warmer temperatures, so it's time to go out and clean the garden or the terrace maybe. And there we find some typical outdoor stains. And one of them is very typical. It's organic discolorations, or these natural green layers you can see here. You have all these kinds of Algae Moss and other natural stains which you have to remove, or you would like to remove. But also, soon there will be a barbecue season maybe in the garden, and then you find some stains in the garden or in the terrace floor still. And you see here this deeply penetrated oil and grease stains. These are typical stains in outdoor use, but also rust stains are typical, especially these from metallic or metal tools, for example, or ashtrays, as you can see here. But rust stains can also come out from the natural stone itself. There are some stones which contain metal inclusions, and these in combination with humidity might start to rust, and then you get these rust stains. But also salt efflorescence stains, so to say, as you can see here, are typical, and we have some solutions for these problems or these stains, how to clean them. And yes, before starting with the practical and theoretical part about our cleaners, because today I will not only tell you something in the technical way, I will also show you some practical things about our cleaners. We will now talk about what must be considered before cleaning actually your stone, your garden, your terrace, or maybe also your facade. Well, first of all, it's important to respect or to consider the right environmental temperature, so this means not only, when I say temperature, not only the environmental, but also the stone temperature. I make an example. For example, here in Germany, we have temperatures during the day around 15 degrees Celsius, but in the night you still have colder temperatures around 0 degrees, and the stone needs time to warm up, and during the day it doesn't really warm up, and so you have really a cold stone. And that's why you should always keep in mind to have also a warmer condition of the stone, meaning the best condition is actually between 15 and 25 degrees centigrades. I mean, if the temperature is above 25 degrees Celsius, it's not a problem. Below 10 degrees Celsius, you should really wait till the stone and the environment has a warmer temperature, yes, to get the best effect, so to say. Yes, so we know the right stone, we have now the right stone and environmental temperature, and now we need to select the appropriate cleaner for our stains or for our cleaning. And here it's important to know what kind of stains do I have on the stone and which stone am I going to clean. So know your stone as well. If you have a limestone, for example, you should pay attention to use only alkaline or neutral cleaners and not acidic ones, because acidic cleaners might etch your stone, might ruin your surface. And that's why pay attention always on not only what you use for cleaning, but on what you are cleaning it, yes. And here we have a practical stain guide to know which kind or which, let's say, cleaner I need to clean special stains. Let's say, for example, I have Argan Moss stains on the floor in the terrace. And here on the right, I can find the Akemi solution, which is the Argan Moss remover power, for example. Yes, but also cement films can be a problem, you know, can be something you see in the basic cleaning. And here we, for example, suggest or recommend the acid cleaner. So in this case, this Akemi stain guide is very practical. It's a practical tool to find your right cleaner for your specific stain. But not only a stain guide is something that we recommend, because sometimes you know already your stains and you know the product you would like to apply on it, but we recommend always to do or to make a sample area, meaning you would like to know how's the coverage, you know, because some stones, or actually all natural stones, have different absorptions of liquids. So meaning maybe in some cases I need more cleaner, in others I need less cleaner. So in this case, I can really estimate my coverage of the cleaner. And that's why, as you can see here in the picture, there's always a sample area which you can do or should do to see the best cleaning result. Yes, and then the next thing, of course, we say always cleaning is important, you know, to use the right cleaner. But we also recommend always, let's say 99% of the cases, to use the appropriate application tools to assist the cleaning process mechanically, meaning to scrub, to use a scrub to brush in the cleaners into the stone, because in this way you have really a thorough cleaning of the surfaces. And here, for example, we can use a cleaning brush, as you can see here. We also offer a scrub mop, you know, or also a scrub pad. But I think I will show you this in a little practical demonstration now. So we will just switch the cameras. So here, hello again. This is the application table, so to say. And here you can see the scrub mop, so to say, which is a very rough surface. So you have really the right grip on these rough surfaces, not only natural stone, but also ceramics, for example, porcelain, outdoor porcelain, which is used. Yes, they are often rough and there you need a grip, but maybe we can go to the overhead camera where you can now see what I mean when I talk about the grip. You see you have this rough surface on the pad holder and on the pad as well as on the mop. And with this, for example, on this flamed surface, you can really scrub in the cleaner and remove stubborn dirt in this case, you know. So this is a very handy tool. It's very practical. And with this, you get really an effective cleaning of your surfaces. Regarding these three things I've told you now, are there some questions, Andreas? No questions, fantastic. So as I said, if you have questions, just write them into the chat and Andreas will answer them or just forward them to me. So let's go back to the outdoor cleaning. So let's go here again to the presentation. We have quite a lot to share in this 45 minutes, so it's quite speed up, you know. And yes, you can see the classification of cleaners according to the application. So as you can see, the outdoor cleaning has actually just two basic elements, which is one, the basic cleaning, and the other is the special cleaning. So first of all, let's say in most of the cases, a basic cleaning is absolutely enough for your garden, for your outdoor surfaces. So we will start with it. If you have maybe then later on some special stains, we will come to that later on, then we will go to the special cleaning. But let's start with the basic cleaning first. And here for the basic cleaning, we have the basic cleaner, so to say, which is the stone cleaner. It is a alkaline cleaner concentrate, so you can dilute this product. Usually we recommend for the basic cleaning of your surfaces a dilution ratio of 1:10 with water, you know. And since it's alkaline, you can use this product on all natural and artificial stones, also on marble and limestones, of course. And with this product, you can remove light cement residues, for example, but also oil and grease dirt, these thin layers on the surface, on the stone, can be removed with this product. And this product is also food safe tested, meaning if you have an outdoor kitchen in your terrace, in your garden, then you can apply it without any harm. It's a biodegradable product, so your plants and everything do not get harmed by this product as well. And yes, how do I start actually a basic cleaning? First of all, I take a container, a suitable container, and add water and the recommended dilution of 1 to 10 of the stone cleaner. Then I mix it properly, and then I take my application tool and scrub it on the surface, of which I need to clean. And here you can already see that it starts to foam. Yes, and that's a good thing, but I think we will just go on with the video because here it's explained in a better way, So I apply the product on the surface, after having it diluted. And then that's a really good thing about the scrub pad and the scrub mop. You see it starts foaming because it has this very good grip, so it cleans thoroughly these particles, these dirt particles, and removes them properly. And then after having started to scrub the surface, here you see the hand pad. It's written in German, but I think it's understandable. You see, you can also clean with it, for example, outdoor window sills, for example, yes, with this hand pad. And after having scrubbed the cleaner properly on the surface, you leave it for 15 to 20 minutes to let it really work. It's not like in most advertisements where you just apply the cleaner and then wipe off already everything. No, here you need really time to let the product react, to let the product dissolve all the dirt. And then after that time, after that working time, you just rinse it many times with water, and that's it. That's the cleaning. And as you can see here, it's also for vertical surfaces, for example, a facade. As you can see here, we have done here a sample area, and here you see how the cleaning result is compared to the untreated area. Yes, that's so far about the stone cleaner. And sometimes you have stubborn dirt, which you might get off with the stone cleaner, but maybe you need something stronger. And here we have the other basic ground cleaner, which is the strongly alkaline intensive cleaner, and this product, as well as the stone cleaner, is food safe, and this removes heavy soiling, meaning if you have some soot or so on the surfaces, on the garden terrace and so on, then you can remove it with the intensive cleaner. This product is also a concentrate, so you can also dilute it. We recommend to start with a dilution of 1 to 20, but depending on the soiling, on the dirt you have, you can also concentrate it up to a stronger, let's say, cleaning solution. Yes, and this is also very new. Our intensive cleaner is also food safe tested, so you can use it as well as the stone cleaner near to dining places and outdoor kitchens as well. Yes, so I've told you about 2 alkaline basic cleaners. We also have an acidic basic cleaner, which is the acid cleaner. And with this acid cleaner, you can remove salt efflorescences and cement residues very effectively. And yes, it's low in other. It's not less important for outdoor, but maybe you would like to remove something indoor, maybe some old wax layers and so on. Then you can use the acid cleaner as well for indoors. And as I said, it's an acid cleaner, as the name says, so it's suitable only for acid-resistant stones. Keep that in mind. Do not use it for limestone or marble. And after every treatment with an acidic cleaner, we recommend always to neutralize the surfaces, the treated places, with an alkaline basic cleaner, for example, our stone cleaner. And here you see these salt efflorescences around. And here you see some sample areas where the acid cleaner is working already. And this is typical. You see, that's already, it's always fine to use a brush, to scrub in the product and to remove the dirt in an easier way, as you can see here. Yes, that's so far about the basic cleaning. I'm asking now, Andreas, do we have questions regarding the basic cleaning or the basic cleaners?
There's one question from the audience. Can the intensive cleaner be used on marble?
Yes, that's a good question. Well, the intensive cleaner can be used on, I can go back to the page, yes. The intensive cleaner can be used for all natural and artificial stones because it's alkaline, so you can use it really on limestones and marble as well as on granites, for example. So yes. Are there other questions regarding the basic cleaning?
Is there a maximum ambient or stone temperature to be considered while cleaning a stone?
So I think what is meant is to be to say whether you can work on temperatures which are above, let's say, 30 degrees or 40 degrees, for example. Yes, I would say yes. There's actually no upper limit, so to say, because actually, if it's warm, it's even better to clean the surfaces. The only thing that you have to keep in mind when you clean your surface, your garden, etc., or your floor at that temperatures is that you do not let your product dry. So in this case, always apply fresh product when you see that there is some, yes, some areas are drying, but then you're good to go actually. Yes. So other questions?
There is another question. Why to neutralize after using the acid cleaner?
Well, like all acidic cleaners, the acid cleaner contains acids, which are, first of all, they stay active after the cleaning, and to neutralize them just with water, you require a huge amount of water. That's the first thing. And with the stone cleaner, by neutralizing it, you reduce the needed amount of water. And the second thing is also you dilute it in the way that no plants or water, yes, canalization is harmed with that, because you have also water treatments, the civic water treatments, and when it's neutralized, it's easier for them, microorganisms to digest, so to say, the cleaners, so they're biodegradable again. Are there other questions? No other questions? Fantastic. Then we go on with the special cleaning. We have done now the basic cleaning, and there are some places maybe in the area where you can find still some stains, and you notice that you can't really remove them with the basic cleaning. And here you need a special cleaner. Maybe these stains can be rust stains, for example, but also Algae Moss. That's one of the most typical stain types you find outdoors. These sort of natural layers, but also grease stains when we think about barbecues outside and so on. Soon there will be the barbecue season again, so it's important to know how to remove these oil stains. And here we have a good product, which is the oil and grease remover paste. So you can remove normally these oil and grease layers, on top of it with a basic cleaner. But when you have a very absorptive material, natural stone, which is very porous, and this natural stone or this stone absorbs the oil stains, then they get into the stone and you can't really remove them easily with just a basic cleaning. And in this case, you take the oil and grease remover paste. It is a solvent-based cleaner paste. It's comparable to a thicker toothpaste, so to say. It comes also in this handy tube, yes. And with this, you can do this spot removal of these deeply penetrated oil stains. And since it's solvent-based, it's also suitable for all natural and artificial stones. And yes, I think we will go directly to the practical demonstration now. You see here these typical oil stains, which are deeply penetrated into the stone. And I will show you now in a practical demonstration how to remove them. So let's switch the area again and go to the table. As you can see, Here is the oil and grease remover paste. This oil and grease remover paste, maybe we can go to the overhead camera. I will show it to you. The oil and grease remover paste comes in this handy tube, and it's closed here. So the first time you open it up in this way, you just screw it open, and then you can dose it in a very good way, because this tube is very handy, you know. And as you can see here, we can just move again back to the general camera. You can see here the stain, so to say. Maybe I will just go to the overhead camera directly. So as you can see here, you have really a stain of a deeply penetrated oil stain. And yes, we will just start to treat half of it with the oil and grease remover paste. Before starting to treat it, of course, first of all, you should remove or wipe off layers of oil, you know, which you might still have on the surface. You know, usually they are quite shiny, and then you can just rub them off with a paper towel, for example, a paper tissue. And maybe you can see it in the camera. We still have some residues of oil on it. And now we will first of all net the tube a bit, because sometimes, you know, you keep it in your storage, and to get always the right creamy consistency, it's good to net it a bit, you know, this cream, this paste. And now we will just apply it. For the application, we recommend always a spatula. And this way you can apply it properly on the surface. Apply generously on the surface which you would like to treat. So you can do it very locally. I hope you can see it in the camera. So I have applied it, and now I will spread it properly with a spatula. And the normal layer of this, oil and grease remover paste should be around 1 to 2 millimeters. Are there questions regarding the oil and grease remover paste, Andreas?
Not right now.
Good. I guess if there are questions, you know, just ask them. We will then go on with it, and I will then answer your questions, or Andreas will do it. He's typing. I can hear it that he's typing the whole time. So as you can see here now, I have treated half of the stain of this oil stain with the oil and grease remover paste. And now we let this product dry. Usually the drying time is approximately around 60 minutes, so 1 to 2 hours. Of course, this webinar, I don't want you actually to wait now 60 minutes with me. So like in this, you know, this sort of cooking shows, I have prepared already another stain which I have, so to say, treated before with the oil and grease remover paste. And maybe we can show you now how the oil and grease remover paste has dried up. It looks really like dried earth, so to say, and this will be removed mechanically now. You can either use a scrub, for example, you know, but you can also use the same spatula which you have used to apply it on the stone, on the stain. So I will do it like this now. Hope you can see it. Yes. And now I will just remove it. You see, and it is like a powder. You know, it has become like a powder. So I just remove it. And all the oil which was in the stone is now in this powder. You see, so I remove it literally from the stone. And it's totally normal that after the treatment with the oil and grease remover paste, you have especially on rougher surfaces, you have this white powder into the pores, but that's not a problem, because you just take the stone cleaner, you know, and with the stone cleaner, you just remove or dissolve this sort of, powder which is in the pores. So I will just take this here. I will use a tub, so later on we won't have a mess here. And I just scrub it in. So I let the stone cleaner work on this powder. This powder will be dissolved now. And now, after having it scrubbed properly, I will just rinse it with water, with a bit of fresh water. Now I scrub it as long as it doesn't create foam anymore. This is also a good indicator that I don't have any stone cleaner on the surface anymore. And after that, I just take some tissues and towels, you know, I dry it now. You can still see here the oil stain. So, and I will speed up a bit the drying by just using a heat gun now. And then you will see how the powder has been dissolved. There's one question I see, Andreas. So, no, you don't need to cover up the treated surface with the oil and grease remover paste with a foil, because our product is developed exactly for the purpose not to use additional material, you know, to cover it up. Our solvent, which is there, is absolutely fine without a foil, without a plastic film on it. And of course, if it's warmer, we recommend just to redo the whole process again when it dries up a bit faster. But the addition of, or the application of, a film on the surface of an oil and grease remover treated area is not necessary. We can still go on a bit to the overhead camera, and there will dry now the treated area, so to say. I will dry it up a bit faster. You know, normally you can also wait until nature does its thing, its job, so to say. But as you can see, here we still have the oil and grease stain. And here it's dried up, you see. So it's clean now, but I have also prepared another stone where I have cleaned it properly, the half side of it. And here you can see how it has disappeared. So here, this part was cleaned with the oil and grease remover grease remover paste, and this is still the stained part. So are there other questions regarding the oil and grease remover paste?
How to remove the hardened fat on the floor around a barbecue?
Well, when you have barbecue grease or fat, of course, you can use the oil and grease remover paste as shown here. It's important, first of all, to know that you should remove these grease stains immediately after they happen, because all these food oils especially, they start to react after some time, you know, with oxygen, humidity, and so on into the stone. And the longer you let the oil into the stone, the stronger and the harder it gets to remove them. But we recommend to first wipe off the hard stains. Maybe you can also do a basic cleaning with the stone cleaner first. In this way, you already remove the upper layers of it, you know, of this oil, and then you apply the oil and grease remover paste on the stained area, and that will be completely fine, you know. And maybe if you have more often this problem, you should maybe think about a penetrating sealer, you know, to protect your stone. So in this way, you might have an easier way to clean the surfaces. So other questions? I see you're very active today, so thank you for the interest. So no other questions I see. So we will go back to the presentation. So let's go back here. So we have now removed oil and grease stains. As I said, the oil and grease remover paste is a very efficient product to remove locally, really these deep deeply penetrated oil and grease stains, but also mineral oils, you know, this engine oil and so on, can be removed with this product. So now we go on with the Argan Moss Remover Power. This is actually one of the most typical stains, these natural layers and organic discolorations, you know, during fall and winter, you get a lot of leaves and so on the top of your natural stone, ceramics, etc., outdoors, and they leave these organic discolorations on top of it. Or maybe some of the stones also absorb these discolorations, and there you need a special cleaner to remove them. And this is the Argan Moss Remover Power. It is an alkaline special cleaner. You can use it on all natural and artificial stones, also on ceramics. And this product is ready to use, meaning you add it pure on the dry stone. You know, you use a scrub, for example, a cleaning brush, for example, is also good. And then you apply it on the surface, on top of the natural stone or the treated surface, and keep it for at least 15 to 20 minutes to let it work. And here you can see it, how the product works actually. Here you see a travertine outdoor terrace, completely full of natural layers, mildew, algae, moss. And here, when I'm talking about moss, it's important to remove first these, let's say, harder moss stains mechanically with a spatula, for example, and then to apply the Argan Moss Remover Power in combination, as you see here, with a brush. And then after applying it for 15 to 20 minutes approximately and rinsing it with water, you get this beautiful color of the natural stone again. Yes, but I think we should demonstrate that practically. So we will again go back to the table. It's really a, let's say, forward and backwards, you know, really moved webinar today, because we have a lot of practical demonstrations, but it's important always to show how these products work. And yes, before showing you the Argan Moss Remover Power, in German it's called Anti-Grün Power, you know, I will show you which surface we're going to treat. So this is a natural stone, as you can see here. It was left outside, and here you see all these organic stains and natural layers. So you have leaf discolorations, grass colors, you know, all these natural discolorations. And with a basic cleaner, you don't really get these discolorations off the stone. Here we take the Argan Moss Remover Power. And I think I will show it to you now in the overhead camera, how to use it. So first of all, remove all those hard stained components, or the stain components, let's say like earth and so on, off the treated area or to treated area, and then apply the Argan Moss Remover Power. We recommend always to apply it first to put it in some sort of in a container, for example, you know, and you see this product is very clean. It's a clear product. This is important. After using this product, it's also very important not to put it back into the bottle. Dispose it after use, you know, dilute it with water, and then you can dispose it. That's very important. It's a highly reactive product, and by adding dirt again to it, you will just weaken its power afterwards. Yes, so we just soak in the brush, the cleaning brush here, and then I will just brush half of it, as you can see here, on the stone. And by using a scrub or a brush, it's always good, you know, because in this way you assist the cleaning process mechanically. So, and maybe you can already see in the camera how these organic discolorations are slowly disappearing. You know, that's very, very effective. As you can see, it's a very rapid effect, cleaning effect. And as I said, some stones absorb stains or absorb the stain building material stronger than others. And in this way, we recommend to keep the product longer on the stone. So there's actually no upper limit. It's just important to keep in mind not to let the product dry. So if you see that the product is slowly drying on the surface, just go with the brush again and apply fresh product on it. So we will just let this product soak in, so to say, and let it work. And yes, we can now. You can. I can answer your questions if there are any other questions, Andreas.
There's still a question to the oil and grease remover paste.
Yes.
Can you also use it to remove salad dressing on quartzite?
Yes, you can also use it to remove these fatty components of salad dressing. We always recommend, of course, first, as I said, to wipe off all the rest of the food, maybe because often the stains come with some food residues. Remove the food residues first, then apply the oil and grease remover paste on it, let it dry, and then you can remove it. Yes. Of course, sometimes it happens that you have vinegar, for example. This is also an organic material. There you can use also the Argan Moss remover power or our goodbye stain. So are there other questions, Andreas?
One other question from the audience. What is about grease that penetrates 1 to 2 years into the stone?
Well, as I said before, or we recommend always to treat the grease stains immediately, to remove them immediately, because it's with the time, these food oils and so on, they start to react in the floor and in the stone, and then it gets harder to remove them. Of course, you can try to remove them, but the possibilities to remove them completely get lower the more time passes. So 1 or 2 years are actually a lot of time, but you can start, or you can try at least to remove it. Some parts of it will definitely be removed, but there's also a possibility that some stains will still remain into the stone because these particles, these components of the fat have already reacted. Yes, are there other questions? No other questions? Okay, fantastic. Then we go back to the presentation. So this was the Argan Moss remover power, so power name is program. So it's really powerful, especially against natural layers and organic discolorations. But we have also another typical stain type, which you find when doing an outdoor cleaning, and this is rust. And before starting to show you now the products, we would like to show you actually the product differences, because we have 2 different products in our Akemi product line for rust removers, and one of them is the acidic rust remover. This is a very effective product when it comes to the removal of deep rust inclusions. So some natural stones contain, as I said, metal inclusions, and these might start rusting. And by the application of this rust remover, you can transform these metal inclusions. And in this way, you have also a long-term protection effect, because in this way, these parts won't start to rust again. But you can also remove surface rust with this product. And since you have a transformation of these metal inclusions, it's important to do a whole area treatment. As I said, this product is acidic, so it's an acidic rust remover, and therefore it's not suitable for marble, limestone, and other acid-sensitive stones. But what is now, if you need to remove a rust stain on marble or limestone, well, here we have the rust remover marble. And here again, it's just a name, it's rust remover marble, but you can also use the rust remover marble for granites. So it's just an historic thing, historical thing that it's called like that. But with this product, you can easily and fast remove surface rust. And since it's acid-free, you can use it on all natural stones, as I said. And since you don't have transformation of metal inclusions in the stone, you can also treat or you can also do a spot application. And this is important because in this way you can really do you have really a fast way to remove rust stains on the surface. And as I said, this is the rust remover marble, as you can see here in the picture. And as I said, it's for spot application. It's ready to use, so you don't have to dilute it. But I think after this example, we will do a practical demonstration. Here you see a Carrara fountain, and not only metal tools might start to rust, but also iron contained in water might start to rust. And as you can see here in this fountain, this water contained iron, and here it started to rust. And with the rust remover marble, these stains could be removed. But let's go to the application again. So I hear Andreas typing, so you're quite active today. That's really nice. There's also one question. Okay, Andreas.
What are the chances to getting rust stains again if a stone has metal inclusions in it?
Well, depending on the stone, as I said, if you have a acid resistant stone or a stone which can be treated with acid products or acidic products, it's really, there's a low chance that you get these rust again or these rust stains again, because you transform all the rusty elements or the elements which might start to rust into a form that doesn't rust anymore. So you have a long-term protection. And if you see that maybe there are some places where some rust might start again, then you can retreat the whole area, but this is actually not the case. Yes. Other questions? No questions, good. We will come to the rust remover later on. Now I would like to show you the application of the rust remover marble. And here we can go directly to the overhead camera, and I will show you here the typical application. You see, I've left here rusty tools on it. I have a lot of surface rust on it. And again, I can't scrub it off easily. So here I can use the rust remover marble for it. So this rust remover marble comes in a good dispensing way. You see, I will just use it here in a beaker because I will just treat one part of it. It's a clear substance. It's transparent. And now I will just randomly treat one rust stain here. For example, this circle of some metal tin. And what does the product do? Well, it transforms this surface rust into a complex which can be removed with water. So you leave this product for approximately 10 minutes on the surface. And during that time, you immediately see that this product reacts with the surface rust and becomes violet. And this is also a very good indicator to spot or to find out whether the stains you're treating are rust or maybe organic discolorations, because maybe, as you see before, there are also organic discolorations which are brownish, like earth or leaves and so on. And here you can find out immediately whether you have rust stains or organic stains by adding just a bit of the rust remover marble on the stain. If it turns violet, you can go for sure, this is surface rust. I can clean it with the rust remover marble. If nothing happens, then you can be sure this is an organic stain. I take here the Argan Moss remover power. So we will leave this now for some 10 minutes, or let's say for the time I explain you the next product, which is the rust remover. And then we will come back to it. Are there other questions regarding a rust remover marble? No other questions. Fantastic. Okay, then let's go back. So this was the spot cleaning of rust stains on marble, on limestone. But here we have also the rust remover, the acidic rust remover, which not only removes surface rust, but also rust forming metal deposits. These inclusions, these are transformed, and then you have this protective effect I've mentioned before. As I said, it's an acidic product, so it's only suitable for acid-resistant stones. You know, if you're not sure whether your stone is acid-resistant or not, you can test it on a small spot, you know, and when the product starts reacting with the stone surface so that you see some foam, you know, okay, this stone is not acid-resistant. That's really important. And we recommend always to do a sample area. In this case, you can see whether the product works or not on your stone. Yes, and here we see the rust remover in action. So here we have a Padang yellow granite, which has started to rust because of humidity, rain, etc. And then here the whole area was treated with the rust remover for approximately 60 minutes. And the whole beauty of the stone was restored after the neutralization with a stone cleaner, because this product is acidic, so we recommend to neutralize it. And then we washed it off many times with water, and you see it's like new. The customer was very happy to have this good result. There's also an application, or you should pay attention how to remove how to apply the rust remover. As I said, apply it homogeneously on the stone. So use a scrub, a brush, and soak really the stone with the rust remover so that you have an equally treated surface. On the facade, it's of course difficult because the product is very liquid, you know, and as you can see here, it dripped down a bit. And usually, we think that here a towel or something was used, so not the whole area was treated equally with it. So please pay attention to treat it equally. For vertical surfaces, therefore, we suggest or recommend the rust remover paste, because here you don't have the chances that the product will drip down. It is a paste. You apply it with a spatula, for example, on these vertical surfaces, and that's completely fine. And yes, so much about the rust remover. We will now go back to see how our rust remover marble has worked now. So let's go back to the table. So we can actually switch directly to the overhead camera. And here you see immediately the effect. You have this violet color change of this typical rust stain. So the first thing I will do, I will just wipe off the rust remover marble. You see you have some violet stains still there, but these violet stains will disappear approximately after 1 day. So that's not a problem. So, and as you can see, I have removed now the surface rust by adding just a simple product, which is the rust remover marble. So now we will go back to the Argan Moss remover power, because I have left it in the tub, you know, to work. As you can see here, it was working for, let's say, approximately 10 minutes now. And now I will just rinse it with water a bit. We'll brush it a bit, of course. Other questions regarding the Algae Moss remover power or the other products? I mean, while I'm cleaning here.
Is it possible to remove stains from wooden pallets with the Algae and Moss remover power?
Wooden pallets, yes. 1 second, I will just wipe this off. I will dry it, and then we will come back to the question. That's a good question. So we will just leave it here. So before drying it, I will answer your question. Well, wooden pellets, yes, often natural stones are actually stored on wooden pellets, and often they're stored outside. And with humidity and so on, of course, you have some discolorations on the stone afterwards, you know, and these discolorations are also organic. And yes, here you can use the algae and moss remover power to remove them on the natural stone. So yes, you can remove them. Good. I would just dry this again because, you know, I would just speed up a bit the drying, and then I will show you the result of the algae and moss remover power. As I said, one part of it was cleaned, the other one was left untreated. And I guess the result speaks for itself. You see the algae and moss remover power is really powerful and has removed, well, all these natural layers. Maybe we can go up to the camera again. Here you see, this is the untreated area, and here it was cleaned properly. There's another question I see, yes?
Another interesting question from the audience. Can algae and moss remover clean discoloration caused by animal or pet urine on the stone?
You mean how to remove, whether you can remove this sort of stain? Yes, some urine contains also organic substances which you can remove with the algae and moss remover power. We recommend a combination of first a stone cleaner, maybe just to clean off all the other, yes, stain forming agents. And then if you still have discolorations on the stone, you can go with the algae and moss remover power and remove them. There's another question.
A question to the rust remover.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recommend to spray it on vertical precast stone facade or use the paste?
Well, for vertical application, we recommend to use the paste, because in this way you are sure that the stone gets equally treated with the rust remover. The spray application is also possible, but there you have to pay attention really to apply it equally on the stone and to avoid that the product drips down, you know. So we recommend, yes, you can use it for vertical application. Better is the rust remover paste. Are there other questions? No other questions? Good. Then we go back to the last part of the presentation of the webinar. Thank you really again for this very active chat and these very nice questions. Yes, we're coming now to some organizational things, to upcoming webinars. Unfortunately, due to the Corona pandemic, we are not able to join the Stone Tech because it doesn't take part, you know. The Stone Tech was typical trade fair, you know, where our product novelties were presented, but no problem. We have in this new webinar, which is on the 20th of May, we will present our product novelties. So all new products we would have presented on the trade fair will be presented here. It will take part at 3 p.m. So the same time as today, Berlin time. And of course, we have also the next month. So the next month in June, we will have outdoor bonding. So first we had outdoor cleaning. Now we have outdoor bonding then. And yes, there will be topics like weathering stability, UV stability, non-yellowing bonding, you know, all these important topics will be discussed and presented in this webinar. Yes. Have you missed a webinar? Maybe because, yes, you didn't have time, you were still at work and so on. Then you can contact us for further information at webinar@akemi.de, or if you have general questions about our webinar, you can also contact us at the same address, webinar@akemi.de, or maybe you have general questions about our products, then you can either call us, at this number, or you can email us at info@akemi.de, where you can also send us pictures of your regarding your questions, maybe an application question, and then we will help you out. In this way, I would say thank you. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for asking these questions and showing this interest. Thank you also, Andreas, for answering and all the questions. And yes, see you next time. Stay healthy, and maybe we'll see each other personally someday, in a trade fair. So bye-bye.